Hey everybody, Jenny here. So pumped to be with you. We have a magical day today. Yes, we do. Oh my goodness, I'm here a few minutes early. Gabby will be here soon. There she is.
Hi,
That's my
honey.
girl, Gabby. You're always on time and early.
I'm early. I'm so early.
I know. And you inspire me.
How are you?
Hooray. We have some people here early too. We'll just hang and kind of get in the zone. I'm so good. I'm wearing the mala that I bought at Spirit Junkie New York live.
That's a good one.
It is a good one. I like these little tokens, I have so many necklaces like that, but I didn't have a mala, and it was so energized in that space that I said, this is meant to come home with me. And this is like, there's 7 stones on here, and it's the constellation Pleiades. I don't know if I'm saying it correct, but it means the 7 sisters, and 7's my favorite number. I love sisters. There's moons printed on these little side beads. It was made for me.
Got it on.
It was totally made for me. Oh my goodness. Hey everybody. All right, Gabby, I'm going to share this to my Facebook page while we are getting in the zone. Everybody who's here, say hi in the chat. We want this to be interactive. This is all about cashing in on your calling. We're going to have so much fun. It's Friday. Friday. How are you doing, Gabby? You have so much
I'm
going
good.
on.
I just had an egg and cheese sandwich on Ezekiel bread, which
Nice.
is delicious. And that's it. I'm good.
You're good. I love that. I love that. This has been a super powerful week. It's like energetically, we're just on fire. And I love that this is happening. Like the new moon just went down on Wednesday. So we're in that energy. What's that?
Tell me about it. I don't know anything about that.
Okay, cool. I will tell you about it. And this is one of my awesome ways I'm going to serve through my bonuses, is to teach people more about moons and when to do things and all that kind of stuff. All right, so I'm going to put this in Facebook, and then I'm going to tell you about the moons with Jenny and
chat. Hi, Alice.
Yay. All right, this is going on my FB page. We're going to just send it around the world and back again. All right, cool. I think we're all set now. Party on. Okay, everybody. So yeah, we still like got a few minutes before we officially kick off, but I want to talk about just the power of the moon and say hi everybody, where you're from. I love knowing where everyone's tuning in from. So the new moon was on Wednesday, and I actually kicked off 2 of my flagship programs on Wednesday on purpose. Like I scheduled them to kick off that day on intentionally. So the new moon is when we hit the reset button. It's like, boom, fresh start. We're taking with us in the next cycle everything that we want to come with us, and we're leaving behind all that we've outgrown, all that can't meet us where we're going. Great. And so I just love it. And as we gear up for the moon, it's very powerful to just chill, go inward. I always tell my clients, especially on the new moon, get in the bath and soak. If you don't have a tub, take a really warm, conscious shower and imagine everything just going into that drain, when you open up that tub afterwards, because it's and you got to sew my shirt, La Luna. It's so cool. I got this at the Boston Science Center, which is my kids and we love that place. Once you figure this out, I wish I would have been taught that in school. It just makes everything so much more magical when you understand that. And there's a lot of connection too with our menstrual cycle in terms of our energy levels, and we're not the same every day, and that's really important for us to know.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. All right, y'all. So let's officially get this party started. Welcome to our training and Q&A. I am Jenny Fennig. I am so excited for what we're going to be doing today. We have the amazing Gabby Bernstein with us. I just love Gabby. I love everything that you stand for, Gabby. And I was telling my people, and I'm going to share some little tidbits today of what happened the last time I was in your vibe, like in your energy and just in your rooms that you create. magical things go down. Like, it's wild. It's like, I tell people, it's like wild and wonderful, and it can become the new normal. So thanks so much for being here, Gabby.
Mike, I'm so happy to be with you. So glad.
Yes. Say hi, everybody. So let's see who's here. We got people from Utah. Say hi in the chat, whether you're watching on Zoom or you're watching this on my Facebook page. Say hi. I'm going to be interacting with you. We definitely want to be taking your questions. I definitely want to, make this. Yeah, we've got some people over here on Facebook too. Awesome. Say where you're connecting in from. The Netherlands. You got some really cool people that you are connected to in the Netherlands, right, Gabby?
Yes, we have so many people in the Netherlands. It's amazing.
I know.
Right? Our masterclass alumni are from Holland, and they have created a movement around what they're doing, and then also around what's happening here in the US. So it's very cool.
That's so awesome. All right, y'all. So let me give the official introduction and what we're doing here today. So I know most of you who are tuning in, if we don't know each other that well, I want to let you know that I am an award-winning spiritual business coach, a leader of transformational programs and retreats, a lover of magic and manifestation and moonly wisdom, a wife, and a homeschooling mom. I left my successful corporate career in New York City more than 10 years ago after I went through a yoga teacher training, and I went from 6 figures to 0 figures overnight. It was a very humbling time, but I was committed to following the path to happiness because I was really tired about bitching about my job and feeling like shit. I realize this now. I was at that time thinking, I guess this is just what it is. People go to work and then just fucking bitch. I mean, is that, and then I got to the point this can't be it. This is a sick joke. There's gotta be more than this. There really has to be more than this. And so I was willing to make that big, bold move because my inner voice guided me to do so. It was liberating and terrifying all at the same time. I had a very full schedule, was moving all the time, going, earning a lot of money. And then I went to a completely open schedule with just all the time in the world to go to yoga and hang out with my husband. The conventional path seemed much more normal and popular, yet my soul was taking me in another direction. I knew I wanted to help women break free from jobs and lifestyles that robbed them of their joy and freedom. I found initial success in building my business by working with fantastic coaches and joining masterminds with other serious business owners. And I did this while having babies with my husband and raising our children and growing my business on a very part-time schedule. Once I left my corporate New York City life, I didn't want to go back to working, quote, full-time, because there was other things that I wanted to do. And certainly after I had kids, I wanted to be able to spend time with them and make a big contribution in the world through my work. So I had to figure out how to, shape this in a way that felt right. But even though my business looked good on the outside, I still had this dull ache on the inside because I was hiding out from my true nature, and I felt a tremendous amount of anxiety and stress as an entrepreneur. And I feel like this isn't talked about enough, but it's a real issue. And this was truly spilling over into my personal life. I just couldn't feel at ease. I couldn't fully relax. And then I decided to learn from this woman we have here with us today, Gabby Bernstein. Gabby, I have told you this in bits and pieces, but I'm going to repeat it here today. I had heard about you for a long time, but I have to be honest, I was triggered by so much of what you were doing and saying because I wanted to be doing those things. You were doing all these amazing projects. You were writing. You had these fantastic books that were out. You were interviewed by Oprah, giving talks to big audiences. And I realized, and this is what I share with my people too, when you see somebody out there and they're triggering you in some way, they're simply a mirror to show you what you want more of in your life, where you might be holding back. And Spirit, again, spoke to me loud and clear when I heard the message, learn from her. Learn from Gabby. And so I did. I went to your retreat at Kripalu, Gabby, back in 2015. I went with one of my oldest, dearest friends, Dana. I cried my freaking eyes out in that gorgeous big room at Kripalu. Dana and I were there together. We went to a few of your retreats. It was like our, summer girls trip. And I had the opportunity to sign up for Spirit Junkie Masterclass. And I just jumped in. I was like, that's it. I am doing this. I feel so good when I am around your energy and the beautiful souls that you attract to, do this work. And then I completed that level 1 and immediately jumped into level 2. Y'all, I have been on a roll ever since. I've been sharing this work with my coaching clients. My business keeps growing. I'm working less than I ever have and doing more of what lights me up. And I have to say, Gabby, you really helped me, because it was 3 years ago when it was before I went to your Kripalu retreat, but I decided to release alcohol from my life. That was in May 2015. Your retreat was in August. And then I did Spirit Junkie level 2. And that was what I needed, to just say, it's okay to be on this path. I know it feels like I'm different than the rest of the world, but I trusted that I could have the clearest signal with Spirit when I just removed that from my life. So thank you.
Yeah, I remember you going through that. Yeah, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So y'all, this is a chance for us to really just be real with each other, to, share what I've learned, what Gabby knows about this glorious path of being a spiritual teacher, of aligning your teachings with, a business model, so you can get out there and help more people, so you can write your books and get on stages and, have your programs and really do what you're called here to do. So again, we want this to be really interactive. We have some things that we want to touch on for sure. And we're going to give you this huge announcement about how you can work with both Gabby and me this year, so that this can be your pivot point year. Like what you heard my story a few years back, where I just said, enough is enough. Even if you have that success on the surface, I had this, it like wouldn't go away. It was this horrible feeling. And I know that a lot of people struggle with that. And that's, so much of what we're seeing right now too. Like all the external success in the world won't dull that ache if you're not willing to really go inward and heal what we all have, which are traumas and wounds and old stuff that's simply holding you back. So Gabby, I would love if you would, just really open this up. You're so fantastic at leading, prayers and meditation and really bringing the sacred circle together. That would be beautiful.
All right. Well, we can just take a moment wherever we are and close our eyes. And just place your palms facing upwards. You can just receive and feel all the energy that Jenny's creating for us today. And all the energy and the enthusiasm that comes when we gather in any form, whether it be live or online, people all over the world coming together to connect, to communicate, and to inspire ourselves so that we can inspire others by doing what inspires us. So we ask, and we humbly ask for the good orderly direction, the guidance to receive that clarity of what the next right action is, so that we can continue to awaken, inspire, and enliven that presence of Spirit within us, so that we can then bring that inspiration into the world and be of high service. So take that in and set that intention. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah.
I'm feeling super good. I've got my essential oils diffusing over here. I have this like magical little space here. I love it. You'll have to come check it out sometime. It's so like, and I share, this is one of the things about, following your path and that nudge, that good orderly direction, listening to that inner voice. Like I had a voice several years back. It was actually it was in 2013. And you've met my daughter, Kate. That time, like it was earlier that year that I was like, I gotta get out of this. My office was in a spare bedroom in this house, and I live in the Berkshires, and you know this area very well. And we had moved here from New York City, and I was like, this was an upgrade. I actually had a room in New York. I had like the corner of my master bedroom, with like my little like desk that I had to like fold up when I was done every day. And so I had this spare bedroom in the house, and it was fine when we first moved in. But after a while, I was like, I don't want to work in there. Like, it just doesn't feel right. I want to be more connected to the earth. I want to be able to walk outside barefoot and just put my feet in the grass, and I need more light. I just need a different setup. And it didn't really make logical sense because, again, I had this room, but I went to my husband. I was like, listen, here's the deal. We need to make some changes here because this isn't working. Like, I'm really committed to this work. I'm really committed to doing this and helping my people and raising my family. But I needed a different environment. Like my environment's really important to me. And we just went for it. Like we went on this path to gut renovate our kitchen, add this space, add the space above, which is our library. This is what I call my sunshine studio. It's like orange and yellow walls, and I put the heat on like really hot because I like to be hot. And, it's cold here a lot of the year. And as we were going through this journey, I heard Kate's voice speak to me very clearly and said, I am ready to join your family. And I was just like, what? Like none of my other kids had spoken to me in that way. Like I had felt them, but I hadn't heard them.
Yeah.
I heard that and I was like, hold on. And then, okay. And she now has that room that used to be my office. She had to kick me out.
Wow. That's great. What a story.
She kicked me out. So we have to be willing to trust. And sometimes it's like not logical, right? Like, could you just share some examples from your own journey where it wasn't logical, where you're like, what? But that faith of listening to spirit, the voice, God, universe, like whatever we call it, that spiritual relationship of our own understanding, where that has really played a role in your own journey.
Yeah, I don't think anything that I created in my career in particular has been logical. I had a successful PR business when I was in my early 20s that I owned and ran, and ultimately put it down to become a coach and become a speaker and become an author. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't logical at all. My family was wondering, what are you doing? Why would you do this? I was trying to publish my first book during the 2008 recession. Nothing was logical, but I didn't believe in logic, and I never have. I've always believed in intuition. And so trusting that voice of your child, or trusting that voice of your inner wisdom, or trusting that voice of the spiritual guide is what we have to do if we want to really allow a movement to come through us so that we can move others. And that was my experience throughout my life. And just continuously sharing what it is that we have to offer in an authentic way so that I can stay connected and aligned to that voice of inspiration. And as long as I'm leading and living from that voice of inspiration, I know that logic is unnecessary.
I love that. Leading from that voice of inspiration. Yes. And so many, I think for women too, this is a struggle. I've been an entrepreneur for over a decade, so I'm not new to the party. And it's changed a lot, since I got here. But so many women struggle, and my audience is women. But they're that logic thing. They're trying to think their way through situations or think their way through a decision. And, it's not like we want to be completely just irrational and, not being intelligent about the moves that we make. But I have seen that the logic piece, or they're scared to make that move. I think so much of the root is fear.
Oh, absolutely. I believe that we block our inspiration and the voice of spirit because of the voice of fear. Mm-hmm. So that's been a big desire I've had as a teacher, is to continue to help people transcend that limitation and that voice of fear so that they can start to really listen to the voice of their intuition and lead from a place of intuition and serve from a place of intuition.
Yes. Intuition is so powerful. And that's actually when Gabby and I tell you more about just this really awesome opportunity that we have for you. I'll tell you more about how I have really committed to being so connected to my intuition. I think as women, again, we have a lot of women here from all over the world tuning in, and thanks everybody for being here. I'm so happy that we have this time together. Don't forget this. So many of us came up, again, my background was New York City corporate girl. I went that road of the big brands and big budgets and big teams. And I'm at my first office was 42nd Street between 2nd and 3rd. And it's like, I have made it, I am here. And it was set up in a very, even though it was crazy because there was mostly women who worked there, it was a very masculine structure where you had to be there same time every day, working all freaking time. My first day on the job, I was 22 years old, making $28,000 a year. I was there till 9:00 that night. I was like, okay, I guess this is how it's going to work here. And that's just how it went. But we burn out. We're not meant to produce at those levels all of the time. And so we have such an opportunity now, as women, as spiritual leaders, as, those of us who are inspired to inspire others. You get to decide how you want to shape this. You don't have to do the Monday through Friday 9 to 6 thing unless you're called to do it like that. You really can create this the way that is right for you at this particular season. And so I want to make sure that point is really clear. Gabby, let's talk about just some of what I call I love the word magic. I know you're like all about miracles, but some of those magical, miraculous things that happen for you, and some of the things have happened for your students who you've had a chance to teach and train. Once you really commit to going on this spiritual path and being a teacher, I want to just talk about those things.
For me, that was really big for me was in 2012, I was in a yoga teacher training, and I was doing the Kundalini yoga teacher training. And I heard Yogi Bhajan on this video, he was the Kundalini master, sharing this message, which was really a life changer for me. Mm-hmm. And he said, I'm not here to create disciples, I'm here to create teachers. And it's almost like I was hit over the head, literally. And I wrote that down. I wrote, I am here to create teachers.
Yes.
Within a year, I created what is now my Spirit Junkie Masterclass training. And since that time, I've put thousands of people through this training and have witnessed them transform their lives and completely transcend their fears, release their financial insecurity, release their belief systems and stories that have been holding them back from stepping into their power and stepping into their purpose, seeing them take actions. And really, your story is one of the best examples of what the mission was. Like, my intention was to have students just like what you went through. You left that corporate situation. You wanted to be led by spirit. You wanted to have an impactful, inspirational business that was going to inspire and serve others. And you wanted to be abundant doing it. You're a fantastic example of what my alumni have had in the miraculous results that my alumni have had. And it's not just folks that leave corporate, it's people that stay in corporate and bring those principles into their corporate career. Yep. A great example is Susie Draper, one of my students. She came and she brought in, she was working in a high fashion magazine. She really loved her job, but she was feeling really called to be more aligned with the spiritual connection and bringing that spiritual connection and her faith into the work that she was doing. And so started to be, really clear about what she wanted to do. And she started giving people card deck readings in her office and coaching them. And within a few years, she did that for a few years, and she was bringing that spirituality into her business. And a few years later, she felt called to leave, and now she has her own coaching practice. Yeah. But there's plenty of lawyers and bankers and all these different people who have gone through this training. And it hasn't mattered necessarily what the outcome was. What mattered most was that they were actually transcending those fear-based belief systems and then doing the thing that they've been dreaming of. Yes. And all the outcomes are different, but they come in the form of people following their purpose and their passion. Yes. And that's being reflected in their paycheck, which is kind of the most important part, which is if you want, well, it's not the most important part. The most important part is that you're fulfilling your soul's purpose and you're living with spirit. But you can't fulfill that purpose and live with spirit if you're feeling like you're strapped financially and you're terrified every single day because you got to pay the bills. So healing that area of your life is imperative if you want to be able to step into the purpose-driven work that you're here to do. Now, do you have to be completely healed with those financial insecurities to start your purpose-driven work? No. From the first module of the masterclass, you will be led to start right away, jumping in and living and fulfilling that purpose by taking action on really knowing that your story, your own personal transformational story, is what matters most. Yes. And the story is what heals. And that's what we open this training with, is just teaching people to claim their story matters. And that it's time to share it.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So there's so many miraculous stories of people who have gone through the training, people who have been touched by this work. And you're a great example of it. I mean, you just continue to be a great example of it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I have to share, I reached out to you, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to tell you this story because it's so rad. Y'all, I was just with Gabby in New York City a few weekends ago, attending her live training of Spirit Junkie Masterclass. And it was in 2015 that I went through the digital course, which we're announcing to you today is like, let's go, game on, doors are open. And I have some really hot bonuses for you that you're going to go crazy for. So I was with Gabby at this masterclass a few weekends ago, and I hadn't been to the live version before. I had experienced the digital version and gotten so much from that. And then I did level 2, which is down the road from me at Kripalu, which is just like the most magical little slice of heaven. And I was just, that weekend, Gabby, was, okay, I lived in New York City for 11 years. I know how to get around the city, and I love going back. And I was back there on my own, without the 3 kids. And so I'm like, I got all the time in the world. And I'm just going here, going there, I led at my own retreat on that Friday. Then I went, to your training Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. I was staying very close to the location of the training. And there was like a Whole Foods very close to my hotel. And now I live in the country, and I'm like, oh my God, Whole Foods is open till 11 o'clock at night. You forget that's normal in New York. Things close here at like 7.
I'm not going to let you complain because you have the best grocery stores where you live. So
we do. No, we do. So because there was like a gazillion women at your training and like 4 bathroom stalls. And so when I was like, all right, I got to go to the bathroom. And so I'm going to just hightail it to Whole Foods. It was the end of the day on Saturday. And I'm like remembering it here in the Berkshires, there's bathrooms in the grocery stores. You just go in and go to the bathroom. So I'm like, really have to go to the bathroom. And so I go into Whole Foods, I'm like, hi, there's people right there, the staff. And I'm like, where's your bathroom? Really have to go to the bathroom. And they go, oh, we don't have a bathroom for customers. I'm like, oh, he goes, but hold here, ma'am. And he gets his associate from like another place in the store who escorts me through the entire store and like opens, like you talked about in your training, invisible doors will open. The invisible door opened to the employee bathroom, or I'm back in Whole Foods. I'm like, thank you very much, sir. He was like this little angel. So that happens on Saturday. The training ends on Sunday. I meet my niece. We're having dinner. She just came to the city for a summer internship. She's still in college. I'm like, oh, I'd love to take you out to dinner. So I head up to the Upper West Side where I used to live, and we meet for dinner. We had a great dinner. I'm so excited for her because she's like me, 20 years ago. And I go to the subway. I'm like, oh, I like taking the subway when it's not rush hours. I'm like, I'll take the subway back to my hotel, And I'm like fiddling around in my wallet for my subway card. I don't even know if it still works or whatever, because I haven't taken the subway in many months. Last time I was in New York. And this has never happened to me the entire time I lived in New York, or ever since I've been back. This guy just comes in. He goes, oh, hey, here you go. And he swipes his card and he's like, come on in. And I'm like, okay, like this is fantastic. I was in the vortex. And then I get home early that week. I love Jivamukti, and I practice there every time I'm in New York. I had a great time when I was there. I practiced with the same teacher 2 times, just by chance. The schedule worked out. I thanked her for the class. She asked my name. I told her. She emails me the week I'm back and says, I'm so glad that you came to class. That class is changing formats, and so I want you to come back the next time as my guest. She gives me a guest pass to Jiva. That's never happened.
You get hooked up left and right. That's it.
That's it. And so, y'all, this is the power of doing this work. I have learned from so many people in my career. Like I never shied away from investing in my business because I've always taken it seriously, always, because there is no plan B. Like this is it. This is my path. And so I've worked with lots of coaches. I've worked with lots of guides, lots of teachers, healers, like the whole 9. I've been there, done that. And I'm so, so grateful for everyone who has given me the opportunity to learn from them. Gabby is a miracle worker. Like she just has this way about her. And so I really want you to take in what we're sharing with you today, and then absolutely check out Spirit Junkie Masterclass. I had been through a gazillion trainings in my life. Like, why did I need Spirit Junkie Masterclass? Like, I know logically a lot of these things. Intellectually, I know a lot of these things. But my body, my soul hadn't surrendered to this path. as much as I needed to sustainably go to that next level. And that's really what I got from Spirit Junkie Masterclass, was surrendering to spirit. I can say that I've done it before, but your training taught me to like take it to such another level. And I have to thank you too, Gabby, because, my sister died when I was, 16 years old. And I feel her spirit very, very deeply. And there's times though that I forget, that she's with me, because she's not physically here. I don't see her body. But when I went through Spirit Junkie Masterclass, certainly when I'm with you live at retreats, when I was in New York, it's like I feel her energy so powerfully, as well as other people in my life who've passed, ancestors, other friends. Yeah. And that's just a true gift that you have.
They say that the training opens them up to receive all kinds of guidance and guidance from loved ones that are there to support them. Absolutely.
Yes. And so I want everybody to know that's available to you. We've all had stuff that has gone on. A lot of us have lost people who are, important to us. We miss them, and we have stuff, we have wounds and traumas. And that was another, really huge element to working with you, Gabby, and learning from you was, I've made some really critical decisions, not just, the releasing alcohol and being able to maintain that and knowing why. But some other really important things that I've needed to decide in my personal life around relationships that just weren't healthy. And so that's something I want to bring to light, because on this road, we're going to need to do some hard things. We're going to need to make some really challenging decisions. And when you're so committed to the work that you're here to do, and to living your greatest life, and to inspiring others by doing what inspires you, this stuff comes up for dealing with. So how do you do that, Gabby, yourself? Like when you have new things that are, and you talk so vulnerably and openly about this, like when you have stuff, how do you work through that? And how does Spirit Junkie Masterclass really help everyone who goes through to like let go, and to help others, like help the people they're working with let go and heal? And
well, you have to put your oxygen mask on first, and you have to know how to heal yourself first, and you have to have that foundational training of your own practices and your own connection. And that's what the whole first half of this course is about, is building your house on rocks, not on sand, and really getting your energy and your connection to your spiritual relationship in a solid foundation, so that when you do embark on serving others and be, claiming that abundance and showing up for the things that you want to attract into your life, that you're doing it from a place that is aligned. So the first 4 modules of this training, it's an 8-module course, it's almost 40 hours of training. The first 4 modules are all about, it's like a spiritual adjustment. And it really gives you not only the foundational tools of how to protect your energy and how to use your energy wisely and how to hold the space for others, but first and foremost, how to heal all of the belief systems that have held you back from claiming your purpose and your abundance. Mm-hmm. So that work is necessary and mandatory. And all the work that I teach in those 4 modules are tools and methods that I've been applying in my own life and writing about in my books for the past 15, 14 years. So I walk my talk. Everything that is taught there is something that I live, and I can speak to it and testify to it. So that's why I know it works. And then once you've done that heavy lifting and you've gone deep into those practices, then you can move into the abundance training. Then you can move in, you're past the confidence training, and you can move into the abundance training, and you can start to use the more tactical tools to attract more business and learn how to create digital courses and learn how to write books and give talks and learn how to earn for the work that you're here to do and heal your perception to money and transcend those fear-based belief systems that are really blocking you from attracting the abundance that is yours and yours to claim. Yes.
I'd love to hear from everybody tuning in live or you're watching this by replay. What is it that you want to create this year? Like, what is calling you forward? What do you feel is meant to be birthed by you? I think we're all creatrixes. In fact, I know we are. And we have the ability to listen to that voice, to feel the call, to feel that nudge, and to create, and so I would love for y'all to share, is that, are you working on a podcast, a book, a program, a retreat? Are you wanting to bring these practices into your corporate life, your home? I mean, I can't tell you how powerful this has been for me as a wife and a mother. And I want my children to really understand, like, even last night, Gabby, you'll appreciate this. My boys had, you've met them too. They had a piano recital last night. They're so cute. They played the piano. I do not know how to play a tune, but my husband, he has vision in ways that I don't. And he was like, they're going to play the piano. And I remember we got a piano, and I was like, oh, and I really had to work on like my own triggers around money. My husband grew up wealthy, more well off than me. We were very like middle class, and my parents divorced when I was very young in elementary school. And so there was always kind of this like battle over who paid for what. And so I always just kind of felt this like anxiety and tenseness around money. And it was kind of like fighting always around it. Whereas my husband didn't experience that at all. It was like this abundance, and everything just comes and it's fabulous. And he's like, we're going to get this piano. I was like, oh my God, we got to pay for the piano, And so now I'm so glad we did that. And we have the most glorious teacher. Talk about teacher. She's an angel. She comes in and teaches them how to play music. And for my oldest son, especially, a few years back, I was totally freaked out. This was after I went through master class, because he had this moment in the first month of second grade where he literally would not go to school. He would not go into his classroom. And it's because he's here to be one of my biggest teachers. And, as I surrendered into that, and it was like, thank God I had the tools that you taught me, Gabby, and that, I've learned in other aspects of my life too. Certainly my yoga practice is critical for me. Now my sobriety for sure. But as I had my tools, I was able to see this as, this is his journey, and I'm here to support him in being the best that he can. And so the piano for my oldest son especially has become one of his just greatest gifts. Every day he's practicing. And last night we had this glorious recital where they were playing, both my sons and all of her students were playing last night. And it was so special to watch. And I could tell my oldest son, he was so excited. He's like, I'm going to rock it. I'm ready. Cause I was kind of like gearing him up. I'm like, how are you feeling? Everything's good, And I could tell him, I go, Sean, just remember what do I always say? Take your breaths, take your breaths. And so just bringing him back into that breathing. He performed 4 songs last night, more than any other student chose to do. The third song threw him for a loop. He kind of kept getting stuck, and he was getting frustrated. He's like, he wasn't like, upset. He was just frustrated because he loves it so much. But through his tools that he has gotten from seeing me use these tools, he just kept going and kept going. And then he finally got it. And then once he got to that 4th song, it was like, he was just, on fire, and just ended in such a glorious way. And so I wanted to share that story so y'all see this isn't just about our quote work. Like the work is in all the categories. It's everywhere.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
Yes. Yes. So y'all share, what are you working on? Don't be afraid to put that out there so we can just really get a flavor for this audience. Certainly any questions you have about, building your business, about Spirit Junkie Masterclass, I'm going to share about my bonuses in just a few minutes. Before we do that, Gabby, this is an area that I would love your take on. And I know our viewers and our audience are going to really get so much from this. How do you suggest that one deals with critics and online bullies and just kind of that stuff?
I think that you forgive and delete, and you focus on the people who need you, not the people who hate you. And when you redirect your focus, you don't have the vision for it. You're what you focus on, you create. So if your focus is on how can I serve rather than how am I being attacked, then you'll feel much more aligned with service, and that service will elevate you and connect you to your spiritual connection. And you'll feel very, very aligned with the work that you're here to do in the world. Whereas if you're focused on people attacking you, then you'll be drained. You'll be on the defense. You'll get sick. You'll waste your time.
Yeah. And I think then you're in that place of fear, like they're coming to get me. I'm doing something wrong. How do you, you shared a little bit, and I know those who sign up for the masterclass will see these, because y'all, the digital course are videos that have been recorded at Gabby's training that happens live. So you get that energy of being in the room. And I will tell you that energy is spectacular. You shared a story at your most recent event where I was there about you had put out like a, an opt-in, like a resource, like a checklist or a guide, like 10 ways to, I think you had originally called it like 10 ways to slay as a spiritual entrepreneur. And then you were shifting that to like 10 ways to succeed. I guess you got some people saying they didn't like the use of the word slay. How do you decipher when to like make a change like that and when to just ignore that and be like, you know what, this is the art. This is what I want to say.
If it's ringing true for you, then you need to pivot. Then you need to do something to shift. So a lot of things where people comment or complain or judge, it doesn't resonate. I'm like, okay, thank you for sharing. Goodbye. Forgive and delete. Right. But in that instance, I thought, okay, if this word is triggering people, and it will stop them from getting the content, and it's creating a negative conversation on such an awesome gift.
Yes.
And let me clean it up. Let me just change it. It may not be as sexy a slogan, but I want to get people to where they need to be.
Got it. I like that. Because there's it's a kind of a slippery slope. It's like because I feel like so much of this is our art. It's like, this is what has come through.
I don't think you should be editing yourself unless it feels like there's, you can always ask yourself, is this helping people? Like, is this word helping people?
Right.
And if it's not, then if it's not additive, then you can let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really awesome. So y'all just know you're going to get critics. You're going to get people, they will not like what you're saying. They won't like your hair. They won't like the way that you look, your shirt, that you have kids, that you don't have kids, that you are married or you're not married, that you are gay or you're straight. Like, there'll be people who just don't agree with you. But that wisdom, Gabby, just focus on the people who need you versus the people who hate you. I mean, that's really, we needed to be knowing that from the beginning. And you know what, like, this is just how it's been. I mean, many people I've heard from, lots of people in my community. And then I talked to a mom yesterday who's really good friends, her daughter is like bullied at school. Like, this has been going on for a long time, this bullying attitude. And so we just need you got to be strong for this journey and know that spiritual practice is so important for getting you to stay focused and not pull down.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. Yeah.
All right, Gabby. So Spirit Junkie Masterclass, how excited are you for this next round of students coming in?
I'm super psyched because the live events are no longer. So this is the way to join. This is the way to attend this event, this training. And the training is the best use of me as a teacher. It's probably one of the greatest contributions I have made because I followed that voice and that call of creating teachers. And so the fact that this training has spawned thousands of people who have transformed their fear-based beliefs, people who have transitioned from careers that weren't fulfilling, people who have brought love and spirituality into their existing careers, people who have changed their patterns and healed their perceptions. That is why I stand behind it with everything. So it's great. It's so fun. We launch it once a year. We have $3,500 worth of bonuses that are accompanying this training. So there's my God is My Publicist digital course, which is all about manifesting media for your message. There's a business basics course, which helps you with legal stuff and helps you with accounting and the back end of your business. There's live calls with me for tune-up, and there's a Facebook group that's epic. It's like a new family that you get catapulted into. And most importantly, the training is designed to really give people the practical and spiritual foundation to start to be a launch pad for their business and for their life. So you've got a bunch of bonuses that are connected to your...
Oh, yeah. I'm just right on time, girl. I am putting in the special link. It's like the hot link to the treasure chest of awesome. JennyFennig.com/spirit junkie. Gabby, I'm going to give them a little tour. Since we are here on Zoom, we have the ability to share the screen. I don't even know if you've seen the page yet, but it's really pretty. So here it is. Say yes to Spirit Junkie Masterclass plus $1,999 in bonuses from me. I'm going to lay it out for you because, y'all, as I said, I have been through so many trainings, kind of like the last thing I needed was another training, you know, but I could not ignore the call any longer. When you have a teacher who comes along in your life and invites you to learn from her or from him or from them, if it's a group, and you know your soul is saying, do it, you have to trust that even if logically, like, I am busy, I have things, you have to trust that your spirit will never forsake you. It's not taking you in the wrong direction. It's taking you where you're meant to go, how you can be of the highest and best service to your people, to your family, to yourself. So I'm really, really honored to partner with Gabby and Spirit Junkie Masterclass this year. The timing was never right for me to do this until now. And now it's like, holy crap, this just feels so good. It feels so aligned. So this is your invitation. Not only do you get the entire program of Spirit Junkie Masterclass, plus those bonuses that Gabby just shared, but you're going to get a bonus package worth close to $2,000 from me. And so I'm going to give you a little tour of our page. I'm really proud of it. As you can see, enrollment isn't open forever. It closes on Thursday, June 21st, right, Gabby? 6 p.m. Eastern. Yep. All right, you got our countdown clock here. This is just some overview of the course. You can see that graduates of this training have gone on to double, triple, and quadruple their prices to better reflect the value they bring to their clients, lead workshops and retreats all over the world, give paid talks to sold out rooms. You know, the inner work is critical. Let go of limiting beliefs and doubts and uncertainty. Grow communities, like big, you know, really people you just adore being able to serve. Heal traumas and old wounds. That honestly was one of the greatest pieces for me.
Yeah.
Right? Like that, if you're not willing to do that, you're only going to get so far. And I know it can feel very terrifying, but it is so worth it. So many go on to publish books, lead groups, and create digital courses, and of course, deepen your relationship with spirit and the divine. So I am a proud graduate. When you check out the testimonials page, you will see my testimonial there. And you know, just by tuning in today, I think you can feel if this is calling you forward and if this really is for you. If you want to become unapologetic about accepting your divine purpose, earning for your great work, this is for you. If you want to build a successful spiritual business or a career, you want to bring this into your corporate life or some kind of organization that you are serving, this is a fantastic move for you. You want to write those books, create products and programs, this is for you. And if you want to learn how to be seen and heard with Gabby's powerful method for marketing, publicity, and social media, this is huge. Gabby, that's one of your greatest gifts too, is like you really know how to work with the media, work with these tools, work with the technologies to amplify the message. And y'all, it's really not that hard. You just have to understand some of the moves. There's certain things that you want to do, certain things that you don't when you're working with the media, when you're, making moves on social media, you're communicating. Once you dive into this training, you're going to feel so much more confident to get out there and spread your message in a bigger way. And then, of course, your spiritual practices is just rad. Okay, so here's my bonuses. It's like, drum roll, please. Here they are. All right, we've got 4 bonuses. And actually, today there's a 5th bonus. So just get ready. The first bonus this year, this was wild, Gabby. I wasn't planning. This wasn't a logical move. This was spirit speaking to me. And it was probably just to prepare me for this opportunity to serve my audience with the invitation to be in Spirit Junkie Masterclass and get some really hot bonuses for me. I created 2 brand new programs this year. One is Intuitive Power and one is Program Creatrix. I have some of my graduates tuning in right now. And Intuitive Power, I'll go through what that is and what Program Creatrix is, but you'll get to pick which one of these programs is calling you. And the awesome thing is I'm leading these live. These are live coaching programs with me, online, but I mean, I'll be in there with you, and they will happen after you graduate from Spirit Junkie Masterclass. So you can focus on the training that you're going to have with Gabby. There's so much for you to dive into. And then this fall, when some space opens up, we are then going to go on this epic journey, and you'll have two options which program is for you. The second bonus is a Sacred Messenger VIP day. I'll tell you more about what that is. The third is a bundle of money magic. And the fourth is a time mastery workshop. So these bonuses are just fantastic. And then I'm going to tell you what the fifth one is. And this is a fast action one that you're going to need to hop on by tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern if you want to come and hang out with me live in my home for an amazing retreat. And this was something that I just couldn't not offer you. So intuitive power, and y'all be able to see everything on jennyfennig.com/spiritjunkie. This is where you can unleash the wise wild woman within. For those of you who didn't see, this is like my awesome shirt that I'm wearing today. I'm totally in love with the moon and lunar energy and just working with this power that we have with this beautiful ball of light that is with us all the time. And once you understand how to stop working so freaking hard and rather tune in and sync up with the cycles of the moon, with your own body cycles, and with your intuition, whoa, it's like a whole—
I want that bonus. That's a good bonus.
It's a good bonus. Exactly. So this is about just getting away from some of that old shit that doesn't work anymore. Like the masculine structures that we were taught. I was taught that as a corporate exec. It just doesn't work anymore. And you don't have to be like that. And so I'm going to talk to you about how to work with the moon, how to work with your intuition and get clear on which projects you're meant to be bringing to the world right now and which just you need to put a pause on or just completely walk away from, because you can't hold on. One of my mentors, Allie Brown, says this, Gabby, you can't reach higher when you're reaching lower. It's like we can't be in all the places all the time. And so we have to really have that courage to listen to our intuition and say, this is calling me forward. It's like with you, you're like, that the New York City Spirit Junkie Masterclass, like it's complete, like we're moving over here now. And then there's some sadness around it, but you have to be willing to do that. So intuitive power is just awesome for getting you lined up here. I'm going to help you set goals that will stretch you, not stress you. I'm going to talk to you about partnering with your intuition to name your programs, wisely launch your offerings. I do not launch anything or schedule anything without looking at lunar cycles, without knowing where I am in my body at that time, what's going on just seasonally. Again, when you do this, things stop being so hard. Like you stop pushing against the energy and you start getting into that flow. You're going to learn how to compassionately let go of people, places, or things that can't come with you on this next stage of your journey. And you'll learn how to confidently find your way during the dark and scary moments. And they will be here. So this bonus to me just feels it's so hooked up with the Spirit Junkie Masterclass program. And we explore different areas that Spirit Junkie Masterclass doesn't touch on, like the lunar cycles and really just honoring who you are in this season of your life. And so I just felt like this was a home run to offer for those who want to sign up. You have to do it through my link, jennyfennig.com/spiritjunkie. You're going to have live coaching calls with me, training modules and step-by-step action guides, group challenges, a really, really beautiful Facebook community. And we will have a ritual at the fall equinox. This is another part of intuitive power. I hadn't heard of these things called Sabbats. I don't know about you, Gabby. This is not like the Sabbath or Shabbat, but it's called Sabbats. And they are connected to, these are like the wheel of the year. And so we know about seasons, but this is just this whole other realm of intelligence that you can be working with. And so the fall equinox will be happening when Intuitive Power is running live. And I will bring together a circle around that and teach you what you can do to honor this Sabbath and then all of the other Sabbats that are happening. In fact, we have a Sabbath coming up this month, the summer solstice. So once we again work with the seasons and the energy, life just becomes a lot more fun. So you can see some of my students who've come through Intuitive Power. The next program that you can choose, either Intuitive Power Program Creatrix, is all about helping you create group programs. Spirit Junkie Masterclass is awesome for, teaching you about digital courses and, of course, books. And a lot of that is very connected in terms of curriculum development. Program Creatrix is really focused on programs. I've been looking at and leading what I call like premium programs for a long time. And so there's a different kind of energy to this that I teach you how to do in Program Creatrix. So this program is completely dedicated to that. For those of you who want to lead groups, you want them to be very sacred, kind of high-end experiences, Program Creatrix is what you're looking for. It'll teach you how to decide how long is it going to be? What do you include? Do you keep it evergreen or is it open and shut? Is it online or in person or both? What's the curriculum? What's it called? How is it branded? What's the price? How do you invite prospects in? How do you launch this thing? Because they don't just fill by themselves just because they're awesome. You have to learn how to launch them. You need to understand which technology and tools you can use, how to get your shit together. Gabby's course will teach you a lot about contracts. We cover contracts here too. We talk to you about payment options, the inner work, sales pages, branding on a budget. You'll get a nice amount of coaching calls with me, again, live. These 2 programs are led live by me this fall. 6 training modules, action guides, of course, the group that is filled with other creatrixes, and then some really great resources about copywriting, pricing, and retreats. Retreats have been a huge part of my business. A longtime client and one of my, she's my retreat manager too. We love each other so much, we hire each other. It just works out. She's like, Jenny, one of your greatest ways that you serve is through retreats. There's something that happens in a retreat. It's like in your live events too, Gabby. It's just, there's magic in that room. There's like something that goes on there when you bring those people together. And my retreats are very intimate in nature. There's a smaller group. So you'll get an ebook on that if you want to be leading retreats in your business. I've led retreats all over the world and they're just spectacular. The other bonus, it's a Sacred Messenger VIP day. You are going to gather with me and other Sacred Messengers where we will get together for a few hours. We're doing it in July. So I'm going to help you claim the message and stories you're here to share with your tribe. I have found that a lot of people struggle with that. They're like, I don't know what they're saying, and they don't know what they're saying. It's very muddy. And that's how my whole career was based on that in corporate. I developed brand messaging for some of the top brands in the world and then created conferences to bring concepts to life for business owners. And I find this to be very easy, but I know that a lot of people don't. So I wanted to offer up this VIP day where you will qualify for this if you sign up for Gabby Spirit Junkie Masterclass with my link, and you will do pre-work before the VIP day. Every person who comes to this will get time in the hot seat. It's not like a just show up and I don't know that you're there. I know that you're there, and I will have you come into the hot seat, share your thing, and I will be able to workshop that with you. So that's a huge, huge bonus. The magic money bonus, the bundle of money magic, there's a really awesome course that I developed that my people just love going through. It's really simple. It's a 7-day money cleanse called Make Money Love You. Gabby talks a lot about this in her course around abundance. If you don't get your money shit sorted out, and it's an ongoing thing, you're in trouble. You're in trouble because you need to earn for your great work, because that allows you to keep on serving in the way that you're called here to do. So you're going to get this awesome course. This will be an instant bonus that you get when you sign up, and these get delivered in July, and all the dates are there on the page. You can check that out. The other piece here is a workshop that is already ready for you. It's called Closing the Sale Through Sacred Enrollment Conversations. Because my work and a lot of my people, they do like smaller groups or, premium programs, a great way to either bring in one-on-one clients or to bring in people for your, your smaller groups, or even like high-end retreats someplace, are through sacred enrollment conversations. It's being able to invite someone in for a conversation with you and then really having that heart-to-heart connection, inviting them to take that next step with you as their guide. So I have a workshop here on how to do it. It's a critical skill that you need if you are really committed to helping somebody deeply through one-on-one or small group experiences that absolutely can propel your business forward. So the final bonus as part of the main package, and then I'll tell you about the extra that we have for you, is a time mastery workshop. I have 3 kids. I homeschool 2 of them. If I wouldn't know who I am, I'd be like, how do you do that? I do it because I'm a master of time. I really know how to prioritize. I know what to say yes to, what to ignore. And I want to teach you how to do this. You have to learn how to master your calendar and how to batch your tasks, chunk your time, and really be this fierce protector of the most valuable asset you have, which is time. So I'm going to lead a workshop. This will happen in August, again, live. Like, I really wanted to bring people into this experience so that you felt held and nurtured, because what you're going to go through in Spirit Junkie Masterclass is going to shift you. I mean, it's going to change things for you. And so I wanted to offer up a bonus package that will allow you to feel really held, not only by Gabby, but by me and the community that will step forward and say yes to going on this epic quest together. So this is another hot bonus that you're going to get. And once you go through this, you're going to get the courage to put things on your calendar that light you up and release things that rob you of your joy. And we'll do this just before the fall season hits. For many of us, it's, you know, back to school or back to work in a different way. And I don't want you defaulting to the same behaviors or patterns that really aren't healthy and aren't helping to move your mission forward and, you know, give you some personal life back, because working all the time freaking sucks. So that's the main bonus package. And what I wanted to do, Gabby, since we were doing this awesome workshop today, was offer a special bonus that's only available until tomorrow. And I'm really pumped because I love gathering people live. And I'm going to offer y'all the opportunity to come and hang out with me for a 1-day sacred retreat at my home, which is here in the Berkshires of Massachusetts. And Gabby, I scheduled it to be right before your level 2 training. And so if anyone was interested, go through level 1 first, and then you'll be able to, make that call. But the Berkshires is a very magical place. We have an energy vortex here, and I want to invite you into my home. Here's a photo of some of my people at my last retreat. I have a gorgeous home, and it's so perfect for doing this work. And I want to invite you to come here and really be in this place of cashing in on your calling with other, what Gabby calls spiritual running buddies. We're going to talk about how to lead sacred circles for clients you adore, how to create safe space for people to tell the truth and feel deeply supported by you in the group. So that bonus is only available to you when you sign up by tomorrow, which is Saturday, June 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is just a huge opportunity. Gabby, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to partner with you.
Like, they're the best bonuses I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. I really wanted to just go all out and just have a blast. Elaine is watching right here. Elaine will be at that retreat. She is my retreat manager. I will have some of my coaching students at that retreat. We had it going on anyway, and I was like, I want to invite those of you who make this leap to join me. I love being with people in person. Online stuff is fantastic, but anytime you have the opportunity to be in person with, a group of like-minded, like-spirited people, and certainly with an amazing teacher, that has really skyrocketed my growth quite a bit. So y'all, jennyfennick.com/spiritjunkie. Gabby, thank you so much for all that you do. Last question, and then we'll end. How do you know when to make a move? Like, when you have people are here going oh my God, I want to do that. I'm scared. I don't know, any parting advice for when to make a move? And then y'all, I'll hang out. Gabby's got to run, but I'll hang out and take any questions that you have. But Gabby, that's my last question for you. How do you know when to make that move, even when you're scared?
I have 2 answers. One is another Yogi Bhajan quote, which is, when the time is on you, start, and the pressure will be off. And I love that quote because it's such a gentle reminder that when we feel that call, take that action, and the pressure will be off. And there's something that you said actually really interesting about the masterclass was that it was like you'd taken all these other trainings, but this was the one that really put you into action. And that's actually one of the big messages we get from alumni, which is that of all the trainings that they've taken, this is the one that puts them into action. So if you're looking for more of a comfort around taking action on your dreams and showing up and making things happen in your life, this is for you. This is your training, because it will put you, it will be a big spiritual kick in the butt, and it'll get you going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Gabby, thank you so much. Y'all, I hang out for a few minutes. Gabby, thank you. All the blessings. I'm so excited to see who's coming on this Spirit Junkie Masterclass journey. And girl, enjoy your day. This is it. Yay. Everybody, let me know, what questions do you have? What are you excited by? Like, what's up? What's up? I want to have this beautiful Friday with you. That was so fun. I was scribbling notes because that's what happens when I hang out with Gabby. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many gems that drop down. Nothing was logical, leading from, let's see, I'm here to create teachers, transcending fear-based systems, purpose plus passion, paycheck, living your soul's calling. Absolutely. Build your foundation on rocks, not sand. Yes. Confidence, abundance, focus on the people who need you versus the people who hate you. That's a good one. That's like one of my favorites. Who wants to come hang out with me in the Berkshires in October? Oh my gosh, the leaves are changing. And hopefully Martine, one of my coaching school students, will come out. Martine, we're going to have that. That's going to be one of the days of our retreat for my coaching students. We'll have a little group soiree. Good, Martine. I'm so excited. Martine is one of my students in the Philippines. It's like the middle of the night there, and she's here because that's the kind of person she is. That's the kind of people who I attract into my world. And I'm just so grateful for really just all in leaders. You know, that's what jazzes me so much, are just those of you who you're just committed. You're just committed. And again, it doesn't always logically make sense. You're like, I don't know, but I'm busy, I have things. You're like, the call is here. And we don't know how much time we're going to get in this life. We just don't. That's like the ultimate mystery. My sister, again, I shared that story. She passed away when I was very young, and she was even younger. Nothing's supposed to happen. You know, the 12-year-old isn't supposed to die of brain cancer. It's very rare, but it happens, and it happened to her, and it happened to me, and it happened to my family. And I know very deeply that this isn't fair, but what are you going to do with the time that you have? What are you going to do? How many people do you want to help? What stories are ready to come out right now? Like, what do you have to contribute in this life? What do you want to be teaching your children or your community? What will you regret if you don't try? What help do you need on this journey? You know, this is what it is. And I am so grateful that 3 years ago, I surrendered and I said, I can't keep doing it the way I have been doing it. I've got to make some kind of a shift. I was terrified. I cried a lot, but I kept trusting that call. And here I am. I just had an amazing, group live stream workshop with a dear friend and teacher, Gabby Bernstein. It's been quite a freaking wild ride. I ain't gonna lie. What kind of things do you want to be doing in 3 years? What do you want to be doing at the end of this year? You know, I have a lot of and shout out to all my coaching students and my mastermind crew who are tuning in right now. I love you all. I'm so excited about the work that we're doing. And I am excited to serve those of you who are called to learn from both me and Gabby this year. I've never made this invitation available to my community. Again, it just never worked out timing wise. I think energetically I wasn't quite there, and now I am. And here we are. So the bonus package is freaking fantastic. I mean, the program itself is amazing. And then when you put the bonus package on top of it, it's like why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go for it? When I signed up for Masterclass, I didn't even get any bonuses. And I was blown away by the value of it. So you had to be willing to make those moves. So when you click on jennyfennig.com/spirit junkie, I just took you on a tour of our, awesome page, which is really beautiful. You're going to see everything laid out there. I walked you through it, but I invite you to go through that again. You'll click on, if you're like, I'm going for it, I'm doing it, click on the Enroll Now button. You will then be taken to the Spirit Junkie Masterclass enrollment page. Okay. And that's Gabby's page. And then you'll check out right there. As long as you go in through jennyfennig.com/spirit junkie, you'll be credited for my bonuses. Okay. I can only give my bonuses to those who come through that particular page. That's how it works. That's how this whole like back end tech stuff works. And again, when you sign up by tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, you will earn the opportunity to come to that one-day retreat in October. And it's just a beautiful time to be here in the Berkshires. The leaves are changing. The air is crisp. And you will have gone through Spirit Junkie Masterclass. We will have had some of our time together. You have gotten my bonuses. And then, again, you can choose which of the live programs you're going to want to do with me this fall. You don't have to decide if you're coming to the live retreat or not when you sign up. You just have to do it by that deadline. And then once we get our list of everyone who came through our bonus offer, we'll reach out and let you know all the details and how you can take that next step. So again, I'm looking forward to meeting many of you in person. I'm looking forward to working with you, and really just so excited for you. I am so excited for the work that you're going to be doing, for the leadership that you're going to be stepping into, and for the peace that I want you to have in your heart. I want you to, step away from overworking, anxiety, stupid amounts of stress, feeling stuck, feeling like, I know some people, and I've struggled with this too, you feel like you can never not work, like you're just always kind of feeling all knotted up around that. There's liberation waiting for you. So again, thank you so much. I want you all to cash in on your calling. I want you to just live extraordinary lives. I want you to, have those magical, miraculous moments that we talked about today. And I also want you to be able to lead your people through these glorious experiences. We will do that at my retreat in October. I'll teach you some of these things. Gabby is extraordinary around that. Like, that's one of the greatest things I love about her is she's so good at teaching meditation. She's so awesome about just really being present with those in the room, and for helping yourself and the people that you serve bust through blocks. Like, it's powerful work. And I can't tell you how much I've used that in my own coaching business over and over and over again. So again, all my clients here, you have been touched by Gabby Bernstein, whether you know it or not. I'm just letting you know right now that she's just been a massive teacher to me. And wow, what an opportunity to learn from both of us here in 2018. So again, jennyfennig.com/spirit junkie. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us, support@jennyfennig.com. If you're on Facebook, you can post your questions there in the chat. And here we go. So I'm going to bring a close for our gathering today. I'm going to blow out our candle. This is one of my favorite candles. My people know that I love this one. It's called The Witches, and it's vetiver, smoke, and spruce. It smells so good. So I lit it as we brought our circle together, and now I'm going to blow it out as we continue on with our beautiful day. The smoke is just reminding you of this power, this fierce force that you have within you. And I want to simply invite you to close your eyes, hands on heart. Feel the energy of what we're doing here. Feel the energy of this opportunity, for this invitation, for this next step that is being presented to you right now. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. This is it. Open your eyes as the work, as the sign behind me says, the work continues. Stay fierce. We're the ones we've been waiting for. This is our time. And I would be absolutely honored to be a guide to you, as well as Gabby, when you step forward into Spirit Junkie Masterclass and my hot bonus package. So thank you so much. Mwah. I love you all. And I will talk to you very soon. Have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a leader. And thank you for being so courageous and bold and gutsy. Bye, everybody. See you. See you. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.